Thank you. All right. Yeah, thanks everyone. So to give you a little bit of background on AwardForce, who we are, what we do. So we launched in 2013, originally back in Australia. It was probably gathered, not from North America, my accent there. So yeah, originally launched out of Australia, and the beginning it was largely focused on awards programs, but that's really grown since. So it's now over 3,000 clients globally that we work with. The majority of those are now in North America, with a big focus in Europe. And then, of course, we've still got some of the team there in Australia as well. So, yeah, it's a real mix of clientele that we work with, from someone running an awards program. There's a lot of internal recognition programs that we tend to work with now as well. And then grants programs, scholarships, fellowship programs, you name it. So yeah, some of the things that why I believe we're a good catch. So great design and branding capabilities there. That tends to be a lot of feedback that we get, and especially if you're on the call and sort of thinking, oh, there's perhaps some free systems or some custom built systems out there. Why would we use a SaaS product? There's now really great design capabilities with a SaaS product, so you can very much make it look and feel like your own with AwardForce. Fair and flexible pricing, I think that's a big one for us as well. It's a lot of feedback that we hear, and we'd like to think some really strong ease of use, and then ongoing support there as well. Our idea of a good date. So really, you have a program, or you know someone that may be interested in running a program, from, as I mentioned, awards program, internal recognition program, fellowship, grants, you name it. It's really any scenario where someone's submitting an entry or an application. That entry then needs to be reviewed, often by a panel of judges, and they can access the software from wherever they are. And then lastly, internally, if you're managing the whole thing as a program manager, you want to be able to run reports and use an inbuilt email tool and have notifications and reach out to your applicants and judges alike. It's really any organization size. We've got various packages there. So although you'll see some recognizable logos there with the likes of Microsoft, LinkedIn, Amazon, they're all clients of ours. But certainly the vast majority are smaller to medium-sized organizations, and our pricing reflects that as well. There's a couple of testimonials for you to read over. But again, some of the things that we'll often hear from clients using the software, really happy with just the easy use of the software for something that's an off-the-shelf purchase. They find that it makes life easier for their applicants first and foremost, and then for themselves managing a program, and then lastly for their reviewers who need to log in from wherever they are in the world to quickly and easily access the software and review those applications. A little bit about our sister brand, Good Grants. So back in 2020, we launched Good Grants. The reason that Good Grants was born, we'd long been hearing from grants and scholarship clients that we've been working with, that just found that in the marketplace, particularly in North America, that if they're running a foundation, they're just being priced out of being able to afford a grants management tool. So again, Good Grants was born, but the same team, much the same back end. But over the last 3 years, we've been able to build out some specific grants management features, post-grants reporting being one of those, and also just having a secondary website which tends to speak the same language that our grants and scholarship clients are speaking. All right, so I wanted to give you a little bit of a look at the software as well. If it's your first time, we've never run an awards program and you're interested in exactly what it looks like. So I've just logged in here very quickly as an admin. So there's really 3 key user types in running an awards or grants program. You've got your applicants, your reviewers, and then your administrators. So very quick snapshot overview here. When you log in and access the software as an admin with AwardForce, you've got access to really a full overview of your program. So you get a complete breakdown of how many applicants have entered and exactly where they're from, and how many of those applicants have come in the last day, week, or month. So you've got all those facts and figures there. And then again, being able to access all of those applications, and you can run out automatic notifications. You can access an inbuilt email tool, and you can, of course, build out this page to your own liking, so you can see all the specific information that's most important to you right there in front of your face. And again, the application form itself, all this is it can be completely customized to your own liking, asking you the only questions that are important to you that you later want to report on. There's gallery functionality within the software as well. So a lot of our clients now like to announce their winners in the use of a gallery, and perhaps even place badges over those, or first, second, third place. So that's a step further that you can go, whether it's just highlighting the entry, or you can make the full entry accessible for the public, or even specific parts of the entry just by clicking in and viewing that specific entry as well. And then for the judges, we've got a leaderboard here, so we can see all the scores that have come through in chronological order, and I can also track the progress of those judges, when the judging itself is occurring, of course. For the applicants, so if you can imagine, if someone's registered or logged in for the first time as an applicant, and they're entering into your rewards program, or if it's an internal recognition program for your staff, you can clearly lay out all of your instructions here. They can jump into the software, and all of these tabs that you see up along the top here would be completely customized of your own choosing as well. And then if you've got it set up in a specific region, you could outlay it that way. But you've got flexibility here to just simply have categories and subcategories as you go. And you'll notice here that there's sponsor visibility popping up as well. So there's certainly opportunities for some of our clients to highlight their sponsors as well. But pretty straightforward. If I just punch in an entry name here, you can set this up however you would like. So just use your imagination. You're able to ask any question that you like. And of course, any question that you ask, you can later run a report on. So you can be doing things like asking for questions and setting up a maximum word count, or you can be asking for videos or attachments, having people fill in tables with specific information. And again, you can choose to have optional or mandatory questions. You can use conditional fields, whereby when they answer a question, it takes them in one direction or another. So there's a lot of flexibility, but in simple terms, you can build out an application form and hopefully make life really easy for those applicants. And then lastly, once all those applications come through, we need those to be judged. So whether that's being judged by your internal staff, or whether you've brought in a panel of judges and you're outsourcing that to them, they'll all each have their own unique login. And then once they log in, same thing, they'll have access to whatever it is that you've assigned to them. So they can simply jump in here and access the software and access the entries, I should say. And then they can provide their scoring. And this is just one of 4 different judging modes that we've got. So you can set up a score-based mechanism. We've got public voting capabilities if you want to involve the general public, or you can use a qualifying round, or even just have a ranking system. So there's 4 different options there. So that's our focus on Award Force. And then I touched on our sister brand, Good Grants. So just to highlight them as time's running out. Good Grants, I mentioned, launched in 2020. We're really excited about the directive of Good Grants. I think it just fits perfectly in line with us as an organisation, where we've long been hearing from folks, as I mentioned, that are running a foundation and doing great things in the world. They're looking to give away some funding, and they've just been often priced out of being able to afford a grants management tool. But yeah, I'm pleased to say, with Good Grants, the feedback that we've been getting is really strong over the last few years, where our pricing is often a half, if not a third of some of the other options out there in the marketplace, while we're continuing to develop and add more features. Trying not to smile while I'm seeing the dog jumping around on the screen there as well. Thankful mine's outside at the moment, otherwise we'd be doing the same. But 2 brands, Award Force and Good Grants. Again, any type of program where people are submitting applications, those applications need to be reviewed. And then as an administrator, the big overwhelming thing that we often hear from folks is, if they haven't run a program before, they often underestimate just how much time goes into it, particularly if you're trying to use a free tool or have people send through emails or PDFs or the whole like. So hopefully the problem that Award Force or Good Grant solves is that it just saves you a tremendous amount of time and makes it easy for the other users, the applicants and the reviewers. That's it from me. Thanks, everyone.